Good evening. You're watching the Round Table on Prime TV, where you catch the reflection. As you know, the Round Table is the slot where we allocate to invite and to pursue a discussion of importance, a timely discussion with a person of eminence and prominence as well. Now, today it is more or less going to be a discussion between a scrum half and a fullback turned wing three-quarter. I would like to introduce my guest to you this evening, who is patronizing the Round Table, a rugby player par excellence, who played for a Hill Capital leading school, and who is also the managing director of JF Packaging Private Limited. He is Mr. Lakshman de Fonseka. Good evening to you, Mr. Fonseka.
Good evening.
And we are very much privileged to have you for this evening. And like I said, probably it would be a discussion between a scrum half and a fullback, and it will be a battle between a scrum half and a fullback.
Thank you very much. I'm privileged also to be here, and we will see what's going on. Yeah?
Well, Mr. Fonseka is a well-rounded character. His interests derive from school days experience in rugby and in sports, and coming from a business family, and also taking the brunt of responsibility which his father bestowed on him to form the Polyfilm Ceylon Limited, to take the responsibility of Polyfilm Ceylon Limited in Kandy, and also to bring that business to where it is today, and also has been a very keen follower and a learner of the political trends in the country and economic development. So I have lots of questions to ask from him and to clarify certain positions that he has with regard to all these areas like socio-economic and political arena in the country. So before we start or get into these more current affairs type of questions, I would like to get back to his early days at school. And believe me, he started his in the childhood at Hillwood College, a girls' college in Kandy. He was at the Hillwood College hostel. So let's start off from there.
Oh, well, yeah, it was quite interesting. Probably there was two boys. I can't remember the other guy's name, you know. And I was quite all the girls, you know, all the senior girls, the young girls, everybody really used to like me because I was the only boy there.
You were the kid?
And the kid, right? And
how old you were then?
I was about five. 5
you were in
years.
the nursery?
Nursery, hostel. So the principal every day, I never got the normal food where it's at hostels, you know. I've been taken always to the principal's house, and she used to feed me whatever she eats. You know, I was quite happy there until I was transferred to Trinity College.
Well, your family was based in Colombo those days, but
Yes.
they chose to give the provide education to you in Kandy. What would have probably been the reason for that?
If I can remember, I think my father had a very good friend called Mr. Kumaponnambalam, and he suggested to my father to put me to Jaffna. Because Jaffna, at that time, they thought the Jaffna schools were very good. But my mother made a huge scene out of it, and she said, you know, please don't, because she can't come and see me. So finally she managed to compromise and put me to Trinity, because I was a very, very naughty kid. And so they thought it's better for me to have a hostel life and get discipline there. And so probably on those grounds they put me at Trinity.
So you had basically led, I mean, nearly 13 years at Trinity College in Kandy, at its hostel. So what were the learnings at the hostel life?
Well, if I lose everything today, I can restart my life. If you take, you know, there are guys from Trinity, especially from hostels, you know, some guys only have their O-levels, but they are holding huge executive positions in this country and overseas as well. The Trinity College, if I may say, they groom a person to a level they could move, they could live in the high society, or they could go to any lower position and handle the society in that manner. And and we are very independent people even at college. I mean, we've been trained in a very, very strict guidelines. You go to sleep at a time, you eat at a time, you study at a time. You have to keep your quarters very clean. If your quarters are not clean, your bed will get packed. It's a very tough life. But I'm so sad that a lot of people don't send their kids to the hostels.
So, what is the reason that the parents today are reluctant to send their kids to the hostels in that context?
Probably, I think I also don't have an answer for that. I also don't have an answer. But
Will you send your kid to a hostel?
Yes, I would. I mean, definitely, because if you in hostels, the life what they have, it's they are so independent people. I mean, at the end of the day, the country needs independent people. Not people who've been spoon-fed by parents, isn't it? So I think if you take the earlier generation, like Mr. Lakshman de then Sikobekadua, up to name a few, all those people were from hostels.
Well, you have been a very successful businessman, and you have been a very successful citizen in this country. Now, what are the experiences that you have had during your school days, during your days at hostel, that you emulate or that you follow as examples in your day-to-day life as a businessman?
One thing, in hostels or anywhere at college, I mean, they teach us to be very disciplined. Secondly, whatever we do, I tell you, whatever we do, we riot inside the school, we play havoc inside the school, we do everything that normal people do, but we do it inside our college compound. But we never go, moment we step out of the gate of the college, we behave to a level we would never do anything to damage the college image. And there was saying, I think, since you also from Kandy, you can identify a Trinity, and though everybody wears white uniform during my time, because we even when we walk on the road, we are very disciplined. We walk on a side. We had a huge respect for our college. You take it today, what has happened to this country? People don't respect their parents, they don't respect their college, they neither respect the country. Sometimes, if you take some top people, or sometimes they only talk what they just see. They won't go beyond. My God, if I do this, it will harm my country. If I do go on this line, it will be bad for my immediate people. So a lot of people doesn't think like that. We've been trained. You have to safeguard the image of college.